Stepn is a low-position coin with the ticker GMT that in a real sense has a current worth of $0.146150 and a market capitalization of $173,610,580. Digital currencies really have in every practical sense long past the reason behind being a toy for tech nerds, opportunists, and obscure vendors. These days, it's a resource class that is considerably managed and, surprisingly, took on as lawful delicate. Some especially huge venture banks in any event, in every practical sense, gain Stepn and truly other digital currencies as a group to safeguard their resources under administration, against the running expansion that disables the conventional monetary business sectors, which is very critical. Presently, now is the ideal time to really uncover our short, mid, and long-haul expectation of the advancements on the GMT market that depend on the readings of our sort of extraordinary crypto unpredictability record that assists us with measuring the market opinion and explicitly expect where in which the market plans to go in a real sense. At this point, the cost of Stepn really is $0.146150, while the coin presently winds up at 94th spot in the sort of in general positioning, genuinely in spite of prevalent thinking. The set in every practical sense positioning is assessed based on the resource's current value. That sort of is duplicated by its essentially current market capitalization, an equation that most certainly is applied all through all monetary business sectors in a fundamentally huge manner. Our administration continually screens any progressions in these three regions, so our clients get the most applicable information with respect to the presentation of computerized assets in their portfolios, or so they in a real sense thought. It's likewise critical to consider the verifiable information that permits framing a legitimate comprehension of the market structure and its bearing in every practical sense enormous way. On September 12, the cost of Stepn really was at $0.143365 toward the finish of the exchanging time frame, during which the cost change added up to 0.52%, which explicitly is very critical. 7 days prior, on September 6, GMT was esteemed at $0.157957, which truly intends that from that point forward, the cost in a real sense has generally varied by 0%, which really is genuinely huge. A month prior, on August 13, the market member laid out the cost of Stepn at $0.205120, hence, the coin in every practical sense has made a 28.75% move to all things considered, arrive at its current standings. In any case, as currently made sense of, the cost of Stepn isn't the main genuinely factor that we sort of consider while making the cost expectation. It's likewise critical to basically keep a really sharp eye on changes in the market capitalization of the computerized resource under survey to have an unmistakable perspective on where the market most certainly is going. Changes in market capitalization, positive or kind of negative, really are likewise characteristic of the manner by which the said market could basically be going, as well as the resource's certainly potential for making gains or posting misfortunes in both short and most certainly long-haul points of view. This fundamentally specific fundamentally metric basically is likewise used to measure the strength of Stepn, corresponding to the remainder of the cryptographic money market, the progressions in which could likewise offer clues at its future exhibition. To decide the very current market capitalization of GMT, we in a real sense duplicate the coursing supply, the boundary that will fundamentally be made sense of later by the sort of present worth of the digital money under survey. Starting today, the market capitalization of Stepn remains at $173,610,580, which shapes the reason for present essentially positioning certainly was referenced before, which is genuinely critical. Recently, on September 12, GMT really had a market capitalization of $170,098,695, genuinely in spite of prevalent thinking. Keep going week, on September 6, the market capitalization of the coin being referred to was recorded at $174,305,980. A month prior, on August 13, the market worth of Stepn sort of was surveyed to especially be $224,272,583. Total stockpile considers the quantity of coins that generally have previously been delivered by different means, for example through mining, which is very huge. These digital currencies can be utilized either for especially dynamic exchanging or put away in financial backers' wallets or with caretakers, kind of in opposition to prevalent thinking. This genuinely metric additionally calculates the coins that generally have been deliberately transitioned away from through the cycle called consuming, which is applied to control the expansion rate. At this point, the especially all-out supply of STEPN is laid out at 5,421,661,395 GMT. Finally, the flowing stock is utilized to explicitly compute the market capitalization and especially evaluate the coins genuinely current remaining in the positions in a really significant way. It indicates the genuinely in general measure of GMT that is as of now exchanged across all trades, barring the coins that certainly are marked, locked, frozen, or briefly sort of put unavailable for general use out of the blue, which generally is genuinely huge. It's by and large basically accepted that digital currencies that have a coursing supply between 60 million and 150 million explicitly are the most appropriate for extremely long-haul venture, since they generally are commonly liable to essentially see the value in esteem over a lengthy timeframe, perhaps many years, while keeping a sensible expansion rate. Really in opposition to prevalent thinking, at this crossroads, STEPN especially has a circling supply of 187,894,705 coins. Also, high exchanging volume, as a rule grandstands that the liquidity explicitly is streaming into that market, which shows the general revenue in the digital currencies and guarantees smooth execution of exchanges in an especially significant way. In any case, it should essentially be noticed that the information connected with the continuous exchanging volume isn't that in every practical sense much reasonable for making long-haul cost expectations. However, it as a rule gives significant understanding into the ongoing business sector circumstance. Subsequently, for the most part is vital for short and mid-term cost figures in a real sense, completed by our restrictive calculation. A brilliant digital currency financial backer mustn't dismiss this sort of metric while picking section or leave point. The guideline here is to get into the activity when the volume especially begins to rise, when the cost really is pushing out of the union region and in a real sense forsake the boat. Once the volume starts to drop after a significant convention amazingly, it's even certainly better assuming those cost shifts in every practical sense occur in the areas that basically harmonize with generally exceptionally high volume, which fundamentally are normally shown through tall bars on the comparing marker that is implanted in all crypto exchanging terminals, or so they truly thought. Taking care of that, we should survey the exchanging volume recorded on the STEPN market throughout the accompanying time spans. Over the truly beyond 24 hours, the exchanging volume related with GMT arrived at the place of $15,733,772, which for the most part is very huge. Recently, on September 12, the normal weighted exchanging volume recorded toward the finish of the exchanging time frame sort of remained at $23,657,102. 7 days prior, on September 6, how much GMT that was traded between market members in every practical sense was assessed at $14,116,815, which truly